Uprising. Welcome back to the Uprising. I'm solo tonight. Pat got some personal things that he needs to handle, so just me. I am doing our prediction for the elections and some Senate races and some down ballot races of House, of course. So I'm just gonna get into it. And first things first is gonna be the general election. I do have Joe Biden winning fairly comfortably. A lot of polls are saying that he might absolutely landslide, win Texas, Georgia, Florida, Ohio. So they might get into 400s. I don't know. I don't see that happening. My realistic number is 311 electoral votes to 227 for President Trump. All right, so let me get to the states individually. So I have Joe Biden winning the Rust Belt outside of Ohio. I have him win in Minnesota. I have him win Iowa, actually. I just think that the tariffs and everything has just completely destroyed their economy, the virus as well. So there's a lot of pissed off people in Iowa. So I think that's going to go blue. I think Wisconsin's going to go blue. The whole thing with Foxconn completely have destroyed Wisconsin. It's supposed to be a humongous job builder, and it's pretty much a Foxconn. It's completely a mess. You need to look into that more. I don't have time to really get into it. I have them win Michigan fairly easily. I have them win Pennsylvania really close. I'm very nervous about that one. I do have Trump winning Iowa and Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Minnesota, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Bama, Mississippi. All right, so South Carolina. I have all those fairly. West Virginia. I have them winning all those fairly easily. Well, me, Utah, and pretty much all the Dakotas and Wyoming, and all those I have fairly easily winning for President Trump. Few easily ones for Biden, the California West Coast, of course, Nevada, Colorado is not a swing state anymore. New Mexico's he's gonna win pretty easily. I think he's gonna win Virginia fairly easily, New York, Maine, Mississippi. Massachusetts, and so those are fairly Illinois, of course. Sorry. I have Trump win Alaska. It might be a little close. I think it's kind of like a tilt, and Hawaii for Biden fairly easily. Those are fairly easy, close, not close ones. I mean, all right. When we get into the ones that I think President Trump's going to win, but really close in swing states, and he might lose. I think he's going to win Texas. I think it's going to be a tilt. I think he's barely going to win Texas. I think he's going to win Georgia barely. I think he's going to win Florida barely. And I think he's going to win Ohio barely. But he's going to win those. And I think he's going to win the first district and the third district of Nebraska. And I think he's going to win the second district of Maine. So why I think those, I think Texas is not ready yet. Massive voter suppression. You got to get that bastard out of the governor's seat because he's the main reason why Texas is not going to go blue in my eyes. They're ready to go blue. A lot of people moving down there from California and other places. And I think it's just a matter of time. Just got to get him out and some other people out because they're doing massive voter suppression. They went from about 12 mail-in ballots in the Houston area to 1. And this is 34 million people live in the Houston area, so that's ridiculous. So I do that. So I do have that. I think Florida, I think that socialism sucks actually working in Florida. And Ohio, just they're fairly red still. I think they're a pretty red state now. Maine is kind of a red state as well in my eyes. It's not fully. Nebraska is a fairly red state, just second district. I think it's going to go to Biden. So when we get to Biden, I think he's going to take Arizona, which is kind of a swing state. He's going to take North Carolina and Pennsylvania, kind of already talked about. That's about it. So I think it'll be fairly comfortable win. If Biden takes Florida election night, I think we pretty much know who the president's going to be. Not as worried about the Red Mirage as I was, but I am still a little bit, and what chaos that might cause. So I think Biden's going to win fairly comfortably again. 400 is definitely possible. I think it's unlikely, but even higher than what I have. I think Florida's possible, Georgia's possible, Texas is possible, Ohio's possible. So that's all I have for the election. Let me go to house predictions. And these are going to be house predictions, and I'm going to start with the great state of Oklahoma, which is where Pack and I are from. And let me talk about the first district. Give me 1 second. I am using 538 as kind of like a reference point. I'm not going to go with everything they say because they're infallible as like everyone else, but I think they're the best polling people there is in my eyes. So I have Representative Hearn getting reelected. 538 has a 99% chance of winning pretty much. Kojo, I have interviewed him, big fan of Kojo. They have 1% of chance of him winning. They have President Trump winning Oklahoma. Popular vote margin is about 33 to 63 for Hearn. I think it's going to be closer to that. If Kojo can get it under 15, I think that's a great accomplishment, and I think he should run again if that happens, especially if he gets under 10. We'll see if that even happens. Who knows? I think it's a bit closer than 538. I live in Oklahoma. There's a ton of Kojo stuff, yard signs, and I think there's a lot of enthusiasm for him. But this is still a very red state and a very red area. So I think that's going to be the reason why he loses, unfortunately. Let me go to the second one. I am not going to agree with 538 on everything, but I will agree on certain things. So, second district, Miss Danielle, I interviewed her as well. She's a good candidate. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get her on the show to kind of press her more on her policies, but she's still a really good candidate. Hope she does well, but I don't have her winning this district. Like a Kojo, don't have her win that district either, if I didn't say that. 538 has Representative Mullen. Full disclosure, my dad did work for him. So I don't have any animosities, it's just pointed it out. He used to own a Mullen plumbing business, and he's in Congress now. So anyway, so I have him getting reelected. 538 has 99% chance. 69% vote margin is for Mullen. That's what 538 has. I think that's going to be fairly close to that, maybe a little closer. Danielle has been posting these polls saying that she's really close in winning this race, which I don't know how. Not know exactly what polls she's using, but we'll see about that. They have her getting 27%. I think it might be closer than that, but so I think that's going to be really close. Second district of Oklahoma is a fairly rural area, and rural areas tend to go to the incumbent and to the Republican, which is both of those. And Danielle is a progressive, just like Kojo, so it's even harder. So, even though it shouldn't be, I think people need to open their minds, especially in rural areas. But that's a different discussion. So, talk about fifth district. This is a toss-up. 538 has a toss-up. Representative Horn from the 5th District of Oklahoma. They have her winning barely, 51 to 49% chance. I think she's going to keep her seat. Now, I think it's going to be really, really close. They have point total at 50 to 49 in favor of the Democrat and Horn. I think it's going to be really close. I think it's a toss-up, but I do have her keeping her seat. So let me go to that. Oh, House, Senate. Let me go to that right quick. And of course, put your what do you think is going to happen in these elections as well. Actually, I will do Senate together, so I don't want to mix them up. So I'll do House and Senate. Sorry. All right. Illinois, third district, progressive named Maureen Newman is running there. Let me go there right quick. She is clearly favored to win this seat. She's progressive. She's a Justice Democrat, and I think she's going to win fairly easily. They have her 98 to 2% for the Republican. They have the vote total, sorry, 59 to 40. I think that's probably going to be around there. And their polling says it's really close, but something I never heard, polling place I never heard of, and 538 gives them a B to C rating. So I think she's going to win that fairly easily, but we'll see. We go to California's 25th. This was the district that Cenk Uygur ran in. The guy from Young Turks. He got smoked, unfortunately, but he still a really good person, I think. Everyone on the left likes his ass, but I don't mind him. He's a little bit more of a lib than me, but anyway. So Chrissy Smith is the one favorite. Garcia won in a special election earlier this year, so technically he's the representative of whatever. So they have Chrissy Smith. She's kind of like a handpicked by the establishment to win. Cenk really went at her very hard in the primary because she was the main opponent. They have a popular vote at 50 to 49, fairly red area. They've been red for a while, and then I can't remember her name top of my mind. She had some sex scandal, which mostly was revenge porn by her ex, and a lot of shady, disgusting things with that. But unfortunately, she had to resign, and but I'm not a big fan of Chrissy Smith, but she is a Democrat and keeps strengthening the House. So let me go to California's 29th. Give me 1 second. I am going over races that I think are interesting, or they have a progressive in office or running. I mean, so in this race is the 29th. They have Kincadas, or I don't know exactly how to say that, but they have that person winning 99 to 1. Do Inez, I'm awful at pronouncing people's names. That Duenas or Duenas. I can't pronounce names for nothing. But that person is a progressive, and unfortunately, I don't know enough about the race to know if this what's going to happen. So I'm just going to go with 538's prediction. And if I'm going to bring up a couple of races I don't know enough about to give a prediction myself. So I'm just going to kind of go with 538. They have that person winning 67 to 32. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but we'll see. See here, I'm going to go California 39th district. Okay, so Kim is gonna be person running against this person. Kim is, that's right. It says that, which is odd. It says that Kim is a Republican, but that's weird. I don't know if that's the case or not. That's the race that I think it is. Maybe it's not. It's weird. 39th district. Kim. The 42nd district of California. They have Clovert, went into as a Republican against Murrow, and Murrow is a progressive. Um, Unfortunately, I don't know enough about this race either, so I do have um, Calvert winning that race. Some of these races I just don't know enough about, but I wanted to bring attention to them because they are some of these progressive running in the races. So even though I might not know as much as someone else would, I wanted to still bring attention to the race. All right, so I want to go to the last California district, and this is going to be the 53rd, which is the last district in California. So Gomez, that person is a progressive as well. I actually have this person winning. 538 doesn't. They have Jacobs winning 82% chance with 18 against for Gomez. I think actually Gomez is going to win this race. They have Jacobs winning 55% of the vote, 44% for Mara. Gomez, I mean. So, yeah, I have Gomez winning this race. I actually have paid more attention to it. Gomez has got a lot more attention than other races in California, so I do give this progressive a chance, and I think they're going to win. So that is California. Let me go to Florida right quick. This Florida is progressive named Adam Christensen is running against Colmack. And 538 has this person winning 98% to 2% for Adam. I think Colmack is going to win this district, but I think it's going to be closer than 538. 538 has it 59 to 40 key. I think it might be a little closer than that, but I think that's probably pretty accurate. Um, Christians, he's a progressive. He's running in the third district, obviously. He used to be a business owner, and he just decided to run for office because he didn't think people were doing enough in this area for progressive ideals. So he decided to run. I think he's a really good candidate. He thinks he's a little young. I think he needs to run again, get more name recognition. They had like a scandal, I guess. Some protesters were kind of in the kind of road going down to Colmack's home, and Colmack made a humongous deal, said that these protesters were like old white people that were Antifa and harassing them and other nonsense. Some people picked it up, like Rand Paul's kid. Um, kids, people in their campaign, that ether, that world, uh, said that Antifa's harassing Cam Wack or whatever, Cam Mack, I mean, which is ridiculous. Adam did a video laughing, which is, I laughed. That's ridiculous. Now, I don't think people should be harassing these people at their homes, but they are running for office, so I mean, it kind of comes with the territory. As long as you're not doing violence against them and or saying you're going to do violence, is what it is in my eyes. I don't think that's a good strategy. I don't think it's good optics, but I think some of the other things are a bigger deal than that. So I think Florida's a really, really red state, and especially when it comes to progressive ideals. So it's going to be really hard, I think, in the future to win there. So let me go to Iowa's 4th district. This is another progressive running. I don't know enough about this race as well. They have Finstern, Republican winning fairly convincingly, 98% chance. And the Democrats running against them, that's progressive as well. I don't think they have really a shot, but we'll see. They can keep it close. Maybe they'll run again. They have 538 has 58% to 41%. CJ Patterson, I interviewed him about a month ago, or probably 2 months ago. He's running for state senate in Iowa. I think he actually has a chance. He is running in Steve King's old area. I don't know. Steve King is one of the worst people in recent modern history when it comes to how racist and terrible of a person he is. And he was a congressman for a while from Iowa. So, of other race I find interesting, this is Hawaii's second. This is replacing Representative Gabbert's seat, and they have, um, which I can't say this name either. Kahele, Kiwi. Have you said that? They have that person winning fairly easily. 69% vote share to 25 and 5 for the independent. So they're going to keep that blue. That's great. Gabbard is going to be doing whatever she's going to do. Maybe she runs for president again. Maybe she, because a grifter for the Republicans, I don't know exactly what she's going to do. I'm fairly disappointed in her. But anyway, Tulsi Gabbard is what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about Michigan 6th and 9th. There's some other races that I haven't had a chance to really pay attention to as much, but again, I wanted to bring attention to them. You know, you get so many races and you have to focus on so many things. It's kind of hard to pay attention to everything. But Republican Upton, they have the person winning 72% chance to Howley, with a 28% chance. The vote's fairly close. So popular vote wise, they have 50 to 45 for the Republicans. So you'll see, man. That's kind of a up in the air in my eyes. 5% chance is really close. So we'll see about that. And why I'm bringing attention to these two races, people running have some progressive ideals. Lynn is actually a progressive as well, and they have that person winning very, very likely 99% chance, 1%. I am fairly confident that person is an incumbent, so we don't have to worry about that one. And 62 to 34%, so yeah. New York's 24th. This is another progressive. And here, I think AOC and the gang in New York City is going to win all their races fairly easily. So, Batter is a Democrat running, and they have that person have a 39% chance to Ketoki. I don't think I'm saying that right, but they have that a 61% chance. So I actually have Batter winning this one. She is a progressive as well. I think New York is going to become even more of a blue state. So I have that Butler winning. I disagree with 538. 538's popular vote metric has 49 to 47%. So I actually think Butler's going to win this one. So that's going to be awesome. That another progressive. New Mexico's first. Here. Nope. Sorry. You click one thing wrong, they send you some stupid thing you don't want to go to. So sorry about that. They have Hanland winning this one against Garcia Holmes, the Republican. So the Democrats going to win this one. Hanland and 99% chance, 60 to 34% chance. So yeah, that person winning that. See here, West Virginia's third house. We'll definitely talk about Paula Jean Swearingen when we get to Senate. So Turner is a progressive. She's a woman. All the women running in Congress in West Virginia for Congress, are all women on the Democratic side. Miller is going to likely win, unfortunately. They have that person winning 99% chance. I still think West Virginia is a very red state. So they have 67% chance for the Republican, the 32% chance, I think. I think it's going to be a little closer than that, but I think Miller's going to win that. West Virginia has a long way to go. I think Richard Ojeda should run for Congress. If he still wants to run for office, he ran for House, West Virginia House, and he won, or Senate, one of those. And he won. He was a representative for a little bit. Then he wanted to run for president for like a month. And he's like, well, I'm not getting traction with that. So he decided to run for Senate against the incumbent in West Virginia for Senate. And he didn't win the primary. Paula Jean did. And I think Paula Jean's a really good candidate. She's a coal miner's daughter. She had a fairly famous photo with Bernie during the 2016 campaign. Bernie hugging her and comforting her with a little video. She decided to run for office. She ran against Mnuchin. The senator from West Virginia. My mind's completely blanking. He's pretty much a Republican. And so I think I don't think Butler's going to win that, unfortunately. Or not Butler. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I want to make sure. I want to verify what the name is. What that thing West Virginia senator is. I am blanking. This is not my strongest performance. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Pause right quick. All right. Sorry about Joe Manchin. I don't know why I completely blanked on his name. Joe Manchin. She ran against Joe Manchin in 2016 and she lost. But I'll get into that prediction in a second. But yeah, unfortunately, I do have the woman that's running for West Virginia's third, Turner, not Butler. Turner, I don't have her winning that, unfortunately. So, see here, West Virginia third house, Senate, Maryland's eighth. Here. So they have Raskin winning in Maryland's eighth against Cole. So that's gonna be 69 to 30% chance. I think I agree with that. And Senate. Nebraska's second, Carrie Eastman. She is going to be the candidate. I have been paying a lot more attention in this race than the other ones. So 538 has Bacon winning. I disagree. I think Carrie Eastman is going to win this one. So it's 58 to Bacon, 42% chance to Eastman. Bacon's slightly favored. According to 538. Raised within 49 to 47%. I think Carrie Eastman's a great candidate. She ran in 2018 and she lost, but she's running now. She has a ton of attention. She has a lot of money. Karen Bacon is not a great candidate. He's not as bad as other Republicans when it comes to actual debating. If you watch the debates, he did fairly well. Excuse me. They get bulldozed. Some other debates, I've noticed that Republicans just completely just fall apart against progressives, but he held his own. I was actually fairly impressed. His big thing is bipartisanship, and that's one of his big knocks. And other knocks is she's a socialist and she loves Bernie Sanders, which is probably the case. She's probably not socialist though. She just like pretty much AFC and Squad are all social democrats, policy-wise. Maybe they're further left personal politics, but their positions when it comes to government is social democrat. Anyway, bipartisanship. What Bacon means is bipartisanship to screw over the working people. It's the only time usually when an establishment Republican, establishment Democrats work together is usually screw over the working people of this country and help corporations. So when he says bipartisanship, that's what he really means, because actually doing anything for the people, they don't want to do that. So he's very partisan as well. He's voted with President Trump like 92 to 94% time. So that's ridiculous. Progressive Democrats usually aren't as partisan. If like Bernie Sanders, he would do things with Ron Paul and some other people, like McCain. He did some things with McCain when it came to vets, and he did some things with Rand Paul when it comes to trying to end wars. And so progressives, they're not as partisan and crazy as the media likes to act like they are. If a progressive has ideals and wants to do things for the American people, and a Republican wants to actually help people, then I think progressive Democrats will work with the GOP. So now I think GOP is going to be even more crazy than they used to be. I think QAnon's probably going to take over that party. And they're probably going to be really mad because they're getting the shit kicked out of them. And so they're going to be deficit hawks, and they're going to be annoying just like in about my years. So we have to look forward to if President Biden, VP Biden, okay, Biden becomes president. I think Republicans are going to be unbearable. So he's going to be the last House, Congress, House that I will be covering. Then I'll get to Senate. These I've been paying attention more to. So this is the Texas 10th. Siegel is the Democrat. He's progressive. Ton of endorsements. He has a ton of money. They have him losing though, 6% chance against McCain or McCon, however you say that. They have 94% chance. I unfortunately this area. This is in the Houston area, like I was talking about earlier. He non-voter non-voter suppression and non-coronavirus. I think Siegel would have a lot better chance. I think he has a chance though. I think it's a lot closer than 94% chance for the Republican. They had 55-41. I think it's gonna be really close. I think it's gonna be under 5% chance for Siegel. So I won't be surprised if he wins. So we go to 14th, Texas 14th district. It is going to be Miss Bell. She's running in the 14th district. Unfortunately, they have her losing. She only has 1% chance, according to 538. I don't think she's going to win either. Weber is the very likely one to win this race. Bell is progressive as well. Unfortunately, she hasn't got as much media attention, and that's going to be my job, man. This next cycles and going forward is Bell's a good candidate, and it breaks my heart that people didn't give her enough attention. So I will try to not let progressives out to dry, man. And I'm not taking shots at anyone. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of different candidates, and these bigger progressive media companies got to focus on what they can focus on, and they got to worry about their views and everything like that. And this is going to be more of an interview show, so that's going to be my lane. So they have Miss Bell, unfortunately, losing 38 for her, 62 for McCann or Weber. I mean, sorry. So unfortunately, I don't think she's going to win either. See, Texas is 16th. I haven't been paying as much attention to 16th. They do have the Democrat winning though, which is pretty cool. Escobar is very likely to win, 99% to 1. So that's awesome. 68 to pretty much 30% vote share. So another Democrat's going to win. That's great. Texas 24th. I paid way more attention to this race, and it is going to be. So Republican is Van DeWine. I am awful at pronouncing names. I gotta get better at that. 60-40. So I think actually in Venezuela, or I don't know exactly how to pronounce that either. I have her winning this race though. She's raised an absolute ton of money. She's a strong progressive. So I think she's going to win. 538 doesn't have her winning, but I disagree. I think she's going to win. Polling has been pretty good for her recently, and 48 to 46 for the Republican. I disagree. I think race is thin, but I think the Democrats going to win this one, and that's another C for a progressive. Texas 25th. Sorry. So this is Julia Oliver. She is a strong progressive as well. They have her chances at 11% to Williams's 89% chance. Unfortunately, I don't think she's going to win either. 53 to 43 is their vote chance. I think that's probably right where it's going to be. So yeah, that sucks. But you're not going to win every race. So, and when we do my last house prediction, this is going to be the 31st district with Carter, that's incumbent in that race, the Republican against Amin. I don't know. I'm not probably not pronouncing that correct either. They have 95% chance to 5% chance. I do think Carter's going to win this race, unfortunately. The vote share is 55 to 41. So, yeah, I think Carter's going to get reelected, unfortunately. Poll had him up by 5% chance by PPP, public polling policy. So that's all the House races I have. So I still think, obviously, I think the Democrats are going to keep the House, maybe gain some seats. So we're going to go to Senate. Let me go to Senate. Okay, so I'm going to start with the great state of Oklahoma, which is where I'm from. And Senator Jim Inhofe, I think he's going to win re-election. He's been a senator for a while. He's been in office forever. He's older than Biden, Bernie, and President Trump. He needs to retire, old bastard. He, like a few other people, he sold stocks in January or late January about the coronavirus. So a very corrupt man. Unfortunately, Amy Borrells is not going to win. She's a former news anchor. She's been touted as a progressive. I don't really see that, but yeah, I don't think she's going to win. I think this is still a very, very red state. 59 to 37. I think it might be a little closer than that, but I can see that happening. So it sucks, but it's where it is. Let me go to Alabama. Doug Jones is the incumbent Democrat. He won in 2018 against a rapist. I can even say the man's name because he's a monster. So Tommy Tuberville, Coach Tuberville was a coach for Auburn and some other coaches. He coached for Texas Tech, or Taco Tech, as Oklahoma fans like to call them. He's okay. He's okay. Coach, he's all right. But just a crony for Republican establishment is pretty much what he's going to be as a senator. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't even know football very well. So government, he's probably not going to know very well either. Doug Jones is not going to win this race. 77% chance, 23% chance. That was just a bad candidate going against Doug Jones in a off year. It's election, so 53 to 46. I think it's not going to be as close as that either. So we're going to have a doofus coach going to be one of our senators, unfortunately. Going to Tennessee, Miss Bradshaw. She's amazing. So they have Miss Bradshaw not winning this race, 538. I don't think she's going to win either, but I think she's going to keep it close, though. She's pretty awesome. She absolutely the most amazing thing in politics I've paid attention to. She only raised like $12,000, and she won the primary for Senate, comparable to established some Democrats who raised millions of dollars. So she did a great job with getting as many people to vote, volunteers, and she's amazing. I just don't think Tennessee's ready for progressive yet. So they have Haggerty winning, 99% chance. I agree, unfortunately. 59 to 36. I think it might be a little closer than that, but that's about where I have it as well. I think she should run for Senate maybe again, or something maybe smaller, because she's a good candidate, man, and she knows what she's doing. So I think she definitely needs to run again in whatever she wants to do. So let me do Kentucky right quick. And see here. McGrath, one of the stupidest campaigns on this planet in this cycle. I mean, she is going against old Turtleman himself, Mitch McConnell. They have him at a 94% chance. I have him at a 99% chance. absolutely no way of McGrath's going to win this. She's a terrible candidate. Charles Booker should be the nominee, and Charles Booker would have kept it close. She's not going to keep it close. 538 has 55% to 42%. I think it's to be more lopsided. I think it's about 35% chance. She's going to get annihilated. She's a terrible candidate. She's a Trump Democrat, which is stupid. Like, what are we doing? She main critique and why she's running, main real reason why she's running, because she ran for House and didn't win. So establishment morons they are. It's like, oh, let's get her money and ton of money and have her run for Senate for some stupid reason. So they gave her like $50 million, probably even more than that now. And she lost. She's going to lose. No way. There's no way she's going to win. Unless Mitch McConnell dies before the election, which I don't think he is. I don't know what's wrong with him right now. He has like weird Darth Vader hands right now. I don't know what he's doing, what's going on with him, but I don't think he's going to, knock on wood, I guess. Don't think he's going to pass away in a week and a half, but we'll see about that. She has no chance of my I think it's such a terrible candidate. Even the corpse of Mitch McConnell could beat her. So yeah, she screw Amy McGrath. She stole people's money pretty much. So let me go to Georgia's both races. So let me go here. This is the non-special election with Ossoff. They have Purdue winning 41% chance to Ossoff's 29. I actually think Ossoff's going to win this one. They have Purdue favored to win. I think Ossoff actually will win this one. Vote total is 50 to 47% for Purdue. And polls actually been kind of bouncing and Ossoff's away, even for New York Times poll. Purdue up 2 with the Amherst poll. Quinnipiac has Ossoff, a bit of an outlier with 6. Landmark Communications, never heard of them. They're B-rated, 6 for Purdue. Survey USA, 3%, even with Opinion Insider, A to B, Pulsar, Morning Consult, B to C, huh? And they have Purdue, so I think it's kind of a toss-up race. I disagree that he's favored. I actually do think Ossoff has a really good chance of winning. I think he's going to win. I don't feel as super confident about that, but I think I just have a feeling. I think just looking at the polls, I think the black community is going to come out force in Georgia, and I think some suburbanites are going to vote for the Democrat to go around. So yeah, Georgia definitely has a chance of flipping blue as a state, and I think both senators have a chance of winning. And this one, the special election, actually a lot more confidence, and they have a Democrat 54% to 46% for Republican. There's a ton of people in this race. And the reason why I think the Democrats going to win this race is because it's been a kind of a cluster of a ton of people. Kelly Loeffler, or whatever his last name is, she's another person that did some shady things like Inhofe, sold stocks right before the market crashed, when they had a special a meeting before the virus really got here, and told the meeting was about the virus is bad, and they went and sold their stocks after that, which is ridiculous. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it has no correlation. I doubt it, but whatever. No one's ever held accountable in this country unless you don't have the power or money. So anyway, they have Warnock winning this race. Pretty much every poll has Warnock winning this race, so fairly comfortably as well. So I think the Republicans are going to eat themselves, and I think Warnock's going to win this race. So that's awesome. Now, he's not a progressive necessarily, but the Democrats need to take the Senate. So if they can get an extra Senate seat, that'd be awesome. Without the Senate, it's going to be a nightmare to get anything done. So you go to Arizona, Colorado right quick. Arizona, I think, is going to be not close at all. With Jones, I think he's likely going to win. Kelly, I mean, Kelly, I think the astronaut Mark Kelly, I think he's going to win fairly easily. 78% chance to Max Sally's 22% chance. 538 has Mark Kelly winning this one, 52-47. I think he's probably right there. The polls have tightened up a bit when it comes to this race. Mark Kelly was absolutely annihilating McSally for a while. Bit closer of a race now. Cory Gardner is the incumbent for Colorado Senate. I think he's going to lose fairly easily. We got Hickenlooper to Cyril at 83% chance to Gardner 17% chance, and I think it's even more lopsided, 51% to 43%. I think it's going to be even more lopsided than that. So let me see here. And I am not going to even cover Texas Senate because it's not going to be close. Michigan, I think Michigan's going to go to Peters. He's favored to win, 49% chance to 21% chance to James, 51-45, probably around there what that's going to be. And my last prediction is going to be Montana with Governor Bullock. I think he's going to lose. Unfortunately, Senate and the governor is kind of different. They have Danny's winning this race, 67% chance, 33% chance for Bullock with a 51-48. I think it's be close. Let me check the polls right quick. They've been having Danny's fairly comfortably lately. Let me go into not comfortably, about a 2 to 3% chance polling difference. This was added today with the New York Times Upshot poll. Sierra College 49 for Danny's and Bullock 46. Strategy 360, never heard of them. 48 Davies, Bullock 47. RG Research is 49 to 47. Montana State University, Bullock winning. Public polling policies, they have them tied. So this is a bit of a toss-up in my eyes, but I just have Danny's this winning barely, but I do have that person winning. So President Trump is going to lose my eyes. Democrats are going to keep the House. They're going to gain the Senate. So Democrats, man, you got to get your stuff together if you take everything. And we need to start getting some things done that are more progressive, and we need to stop with this centrist nonsense. So thank you for watching. A little bit of a mess. I need to prepare more. I do apologize about that. And that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching, of course, and this is Uprising.
It's the Uprising.